All right, welcome everybody. Jose J. Garcia with Garcia Home University here. So, coaching series every Sunday. Glad everybody can make it here. We're going to be talking about building your mobile home investing network and your connections, which is huge, definitely huge. You know, we had the Shadow event this weekend, yesterday, down in Central Georgia. It was great. About 13, 14 people came to that event. That's how I like my groups anyway. It's about 15. Now, we do have a lot of things that are going to change. They're going to get a little bit bigger, but it's probably going to turn into a 2-day event. Kind of over speaking here right now, but it's something that is coming. So we'll definitely hope to see more and more people get into networking. Can beat that. You know, we had a couple of previous students also showed up on that. And, you know, it's all about being surrounded by the same like-minded people. And it's going to go hand in hand. What we're going to be talking about on tonight's topic here is building that network, okay? Because immediately when you think about anything, it doesn't have to be mobile home. It could be real estate, could be any investment that you think about. You're going to be talking to a lot of people. Bottom line, if you're out there building business, is you're going to be making those connections, those networks, and the more people you meet, the more people in that field that you're going to be talking to, you want to go ahead and build that relationship anyway. So I'm trying to not get in here too quickly because there are a couple of people still trying to log in too. See, there's a delay on Zoom. It's probably my sixth video for today. Could have something to do with it as well. But okay. Okay. But let's go ahead and dive into it, okay? Because I don't think I can fit it in 30 minutes. I'll tell you now. And you know, these calls here could really easily go for about an hour. We have guest speakers. When we have that, we're really pushing on those. So a couple announcements on that in the end as well. But building your network and your connections is just as important as building your team. Remember that. It is just as important, okay? Your network is your net worth. Remember that as well. Okay. Now, the one thing about it is, you know, if you know people that are in the same field as you doing business, and I'm going to break you down the majority of the people that you're going to be dealing with that you should be adding to your net worth, your network. Okay. It gets easier. If people know you, if people know who you are, it just gets easier every time. Let's talk about DMV real quick. I'm going to dive right into that one. DMV and tax assessor's office, okay? When I can walk into one of them that they know me by name, I'm okay in that one. And by that, I mean it's going to be a very easy transaction. Transaction meaning either I'm buying or I'm selling. That's why I'm in there to begin with. But when you walk into a new one, especially a new one that doesn't really deal with mobile homes, titles, and they don't even know how to get the research. And we're not talking about them here, by the way. It's just mobile homes are still very alien. A lot of people still don't know a whole lot into them. And you could be walking into a DMV or tax assessor's office that they don't know what you're talking about. You're going to be in there for a while. I have spent an hour or more coaching them on how to get certain information. And we do have other videos on that, by the way, certain information that you can carry with you there so that when you get in there, it just that much easier. You're helping them out, if you will. Okay. But that's one of the many big ones that you definitely want to do that. From the moment you start investing, you will begin to build connections into your network. That's bottom line is you're going to be talking, which means, yes, if you're not already, you want to become a people person. That's just part of it. Okay. People want to do business with people they like. Okay. The more connections you can make quicker, the better again it's going to get for you. Contractors. Let me go through that list right here real quick. Okay. So mobile home park managers, mobile home park owners. Okay. And I'm going to break these down why you need these connections. And it's not a one-time thing either. That's another thing on here. Okay, I'm trying to let all y'all in the Zoom here. So if you're not coming on, you know, I'm hitting join. So mobile home park owners, mobile home park managers, direct sellers, okay, meaning somebody that actually owns a mobile home, whether it's an investor or somebody who lives in it. That's a direct seller. You have your DMV and tax assessors, like I mentioned. Now, the states here, especially Georgia, you know, I yet to go to the DMV to do anything with the title. Can they? Possibly. But tax assessors, that's where we do the business at, okay? Then you have realtors, investors, you have wholesalers, bird dogs. All these are connection networks that you should have in your group. Okay. You have hard money lenders, private money lenders. And again, it's not a one-time thing. You have to keep in contact. Okay. You have contractors and more. And I'm going to show you something about a contractor, especially for y'all that joined the shadow this weekend and met the contractor we had out. I'm going to show you why it is this important to have them in your network and build that relationship. okay? Because it goes a long way. They look after you, you look after them. It's a win-win situation. And again, everybody wins. It's a business at the end of the day. So keep that in mind. I keep in contact with park owners that I started investing with 7 years ago. Um, you know, if they had one deal then, they're probably going to have another deal later on. And what is one thing? Who is somebody that a park owner knows? Another park owner and another park owner. Is it likely that maybe they don't have any inventory for you at this time, but maybe another park does? They do. And that's how I've been able to grow. Well, I have a friend who also does it in South Carolina. You don't do this up there, do you? Yes, I do. And I get a connection. And then I get a connection from that one in North Carolina. And then maybe this one in Tennessee. And you see how we grow in that pattern. Now we're already starting to do business in oh gosh, too many states up north that I didn't think I was going to get into just yet, but I think we're definitely going to dip into. We have Indiana, Kansas, everywhere. And it's because of connections that we're growing. Texas and Arizona was definitely in my to do to get into this year, and it's going to happen probably later towards the end of the year, but it's because of these connections, because we stay in contact. I may just drop a random hello, how are you? Okay. If you don't talk to a park owner or park manager X amount of months, X amount of years, they're not going to remember you anymore. You did a deal in their park, okay, that was great, but you were in and you were out, and that's not how you built that network. You have to keep at it. Okay. So let's break down these connections and why you should stay in contact. I'm gonna mute this person here. Okay. Why park owners? Why park managers? They have the deals. If not now, later. They're always going to have deals. I typically, and this kind of, I'm going to give you even more scoop on this. Okay. Lot rents are due on the 1st. They're late after the 5th. That's typically across the board. On the 15th, they tend to evict. So I want to call every mobile home park manager that I know on the 16th, 17th. Why? Because that's about the time that if somebody didn't pay, they're probably either going through evictions, they're trying to deal with them. A lot of times it's just as simple as, hey, I don't want to deal with these tenants anymore. Maybe you want to suggest see if they'll sell to you. And we've gotten purchases, we've gotten mobile home deals that way as well. They may be tired of this tenant. I'm talking a little freely here, but they may be tired of the tenant dealing with every month they're late. Maybe the tenant's tired of them. It's mutual dislike. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But if I approach them and they're ready to sell, hey, that's the deal that I got. Otherwise, would not have known had I not been kept in communication with the park managers or park owners. Park owners don't typically manage the park, and very seldom do we see that. Maybe a smaller kind of park, you will. But overall, they usually have a park manager on site or off site or whatever, and that's kind of who you deal with. But I make the phone calls. And many times there's nothing going on, or they will communicate with me anyway. I have many park managers that they call me throughout the month. Hey, so and so may be selling. If you want to reach out to them, or so, we may have a single wide or double wide coming available. Just let us know. Stay in contact every month. Every month we make these phone calls. Okay. And again, if they don't have any inventory at the time, another park nearby may. They may manage another park. They may be getting another park under their portfolio. So it's these additional that you keep on getting deal after deal, but you keep the connection and you keep on checking in. Do not let them forget you. 7 years ago when I got started, there was very few mobile home investors, or it was very low key. It's not the case anymore. There's buyers everywhere, which means the sellers have option after option. You want to stay on top of that. Okay. Stop me at any point if you have any questions, comments. You can always drop them on the comments in the comment section. I'll answer all these questions towards the end. We typically open the floor and do a Q&A for those of you that are new on here. Got a pretty good crowd. How about the realtors? That's one thing that we don't talk about as much on mobile homes. Realtors. Can you use a realtor? If you get into Florida, for instance, when we did the closing in the 55 and above age group, it was actually a realtor who closed it for us. Down in those areas, mobile homes go for a little bit more. There's a lot with land many times, so it would be real estate involved anyway. But you do have a lot more realtors that deal with mobile homes specific, and that's what they do. They close on mobile homes no different than they do in on houses, stick built. Now, I'm not talking about closing being exact same, because one is personal property, one is real property, but they handle it either way. Is what I'm trying to get at. So even up here in Georgia, Tennessee, South North Carolina, Alabama, doesn't matter. Could you connect with realtors in the area and ask them, hey, do you ever run into mobile homes? Do you ever see anybody selling a mobile home? 9 out of 10 will tell you, yeah, we really don't get involved with those though. Okay, well, they didn't get involved then. Why? Because there was no buyer. If there's no buyer, there's no demand for that. But not anymore. If you call them, you connect with some of them. We have realtors that call us all the time. Hey, I think so an apartment may be selling. They kind of reach out to us. And you can use that connection. Little referral fee here, whatever you work out with them directly, that's different on that, but they are a connection and you keep on checking with them. If there ever is a mobile home park owner that wants to sell, who do you think they're going to reach out to? They're not going to reach out to you directly, maybe not even me. In their mind, they're going to think, well, I need to go through a broker or realtor. So there you go. You have the connection, and we've gotten a couple connections. Did not end up being a deal on the mobile home park, but we got the connection nevertheless. Okay. And that's what you want to do. Not everything's going to be a deal, but you're getting those one after the other. Sooner or later, you're going to get one that goes through. Okay. And if you got a realtor already involved, then hey, if you do have a park, it just made it easier, right? Easier to close, easier to go through that deal. DMV and tax assessor's office. That can be a challenge. And I know some of you investors that are on here that have dealt with some of this, you know what I'm talking about. You can walk in and immediately they start passing you around the room. I've had that. The latest one I had happen like that was down in, I'm going to say Central Georgia. I'm not going to list the city. Central Georgia. As soon as I came in with my titles, or little titles as they call it, little titles, I got to the same person. Go see Miss Pam over there. Okay, I knew what was happening already. The second I showed her and she had that confused look, deer in the headlight look, some people would say, I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be here for a while, and I was. But it's a one-time thing, because when I'm in there and I'm spending time, and this goes with some of my students that call me from the DMV or tax assessor's office, I spent some time coaching them. They don't know, they're not up to speed on mobile homes and how to even check them in their own systems. That's fine. It just means that I have a lot of explaining, a lot of coaching to do. And I just walk them through, and this is how you use this. And I was even showing them their system. Just look for the parcel, look for the number, and all we're trying to check is the titles, etc. But when they do know you and they know what you do, there's certain tax assessor's offices I can walk in. Hey, Mr. Garcia, how you doing? They know what I want. They know I'm in there. I'm either buying or I'm selling, but it's made it easy because they understand what I'm trying to do. And they also trust, of course, in essence, even my process. That's even huge, even bigger of a win, because it just makes it quickly. I can go in, get out 5 minutes, I've closed on a deal. And that is how quickly you can close on mobile homes, by the way. It should not take more than about 10 minutes if you've done your thorough due diligence. You've checked all the liens, all taxes, tags, make sure everything is up to date. It's a title, personal property, no different than if you were buying or selling a car. But you have to spend that time. Go in there and be ready to coach these people. That's just all there is to it. As you start doing this more and more, like I said, more and more people will know who you are, what you're doing, and just trust that anyway. Hard and private money lenders. Let me give you a little tip on this if you don't already know. You will run out of money. In a good way. Better be a good way. You're going to run out of money, okay? If every time that you do an investment, you take the money and you reinvest it, and then you keep going, you're trying to grow your portfolio, maybe you're trying to do a bunch of rentals, rent to owns, whatever it may be, you only have X amount of money coming back, okay, and you immediately reinvest in it. Is it likely that you may need a hard or private money lender at one point? Yes. Now, if you only call them when you need them, then you're using them like a spare. At one point, that may not be available for you, okay? We're all people, we're in it for business, and we love that connection, that business. We all like to be needed, but I don't really use hard money or private money lenders at this point anymore. But it does not mean that I don't stay in contact with them, because there will come a time when maybe now we're getting into mobile home parks. Currently one under contract in Central Georgia. We're looking at another one near South Carolina. So could it be that we're looking for partners or hard or private money lenders just to make the deal work? Possibly. So we want to have those in hand and have that relationship. The hardest deal of any is always going to be that first deal. Once you do that first deal, it just gets a little easier and a little easier. And the same with hard and private money lenders. When I first started and I was trying to use one, that was a nightmare even thinking of how to ask people. I was approaching it wrong to begin with. I was thinking, how can I ask people to lend me money? I wasn't asking them to lend me money. I had to turn those words into offering opportunities. How would you like to make your money go to work for you kind of thing? That's a whole different call we can do on that. But once that started, it was that first transaction, then it was a second one, to a point where they didn't even want their money back. Just give me what I've made off of this and keep the money. Go ahead and do another deal and another deal. And it just got easier and easier. But we kept connections because, again, we kept getting more deals. And at one point, we're looking at parts and we'll use them again. Okay. So stay in contact. If that's what I'm trying to get on here, stay in contact. Keep reminding them that you're still around. You're still trying to do you're still doing the same business, and you will use them and put their money to work. Contractors. I want to show you a picture. I hope I don't mess up. I'm trying to load up a couple of videos also on YouTube. We had the shadow event down in Central Georgia this weekend yesterday. I mentioned this off air. Some of you already heard it. And great event as always. We have contractors there. We have part management. And the contractors, we bring them because they are part of the team. They work for you, yes, and you need to treat it that way. This is a business. It's a relationship, not a friendship. We reiterate that, and we made sure that was said so, student investors could understand. But they're part of the team, nevertheless, and you have to make them feel that way. I am going to show you this picture because I want you to see it. The contractor, for those of you that were there yesterday, and let's do deals and Instagram. You're not going to be able to see this here, so y'all just bear with me here. Okay, if y'all can see that picture there, participants. So this came from my contractor earlier. Hey, I was up North Georgia and I was browsing the web and I found some free flooring. I wanted to go ahead and grab it while it was there. I wasn't too far from it, and I'm going to go ahead and take it down so we can use it. That's not going to cost you anything, Mr. Garcia. What does that tell you right there, though? He didn't have to do that, and he didn't have to give me this for free just because he found it for free. I offered immediately, oh, that's freaking awesome. Make sure you get with me on fuel, your time, or something. No, I'm just glad to be part of the team. That is part of the network that equals your net worth. Okay. He took it upon himself to go ahead and go get this because he knew we needed it. He's looking out for us as much as he's looking out for his paycheck. A lot of contractors get the bad rep of, oh, it's a contractor, they're going to do you wrong, etc. I spent some time talking to investors on this as well, and how, hey, maybe a contractor got done wrong in the mix. Maybe that's why they're so weird and, hey, pay me up front kind of thing. So you have to look at it for both ways. But when you build that relationship, you build that team, and they start looking out for you, and this goes for the DMV, hard money, private money lender, realtor, investors, everybody. It's a team. We all look out for each other, and that's what you want. He doesn't want to get paid for fuel or time. We're going to compensate him somehow. But it was just that principle that he did this for us that other contractors would have, okay, I'll get it, but I'm going to sell it to him kind of thing. So different ways to look into that, and that definitely makes me proud to see that, part of our team, that's what they're doing. They're out there looking for us because he's a great contractor in the sense. I think I have a few questions here. I'm going to get to those in the end here. So y'all just bear with me. I'm going to keep on going. Trying to squeeze this in a call. We will. Ooh, I thought I had more notes than I had on here. Let's see. Periodically, check in with everybody periodically. Make it a habit to just call people and check in with them. I don't ever like to lose contacts. Usually if I do, people just move away. They go to other states, out of areas. And, at that point, they do kind of come on missing in my text there. But when people buy into you, as much as you buy into them, that definitely is going to be when you're building that team. I don't want an employee. I want somebody that's willing to go all out for us as much as we are for them. When it comes to, let's keep touching base on contractors. I want to keep them busy. I don't want to lose a good contractor anyway, because if an investor can keep them busy, it's going to be hard to get them again. That's one of the hardest tasks when we talk about investing in mobile homes and even real estate is always going to be contractors. I cannot find good contractors. They're out there, but they're probably busy. That's what makes them a good contractor. Okay. So get them to buy into you, into your system, into your investments, as much as you buy into them. That's going to go huge in sense. The list goes on. I could keep on adding a few more people that you should add to your team, but just remember, as soon as you start investing in mobile homes, you need to start building a team. You need to start building relationships, connections, and network. Start networking out there. These local RIAs now, they're opening up again. You have live events happening. Zoom, there's nothing wrong with Zoom. I prefer to talk to people over a computer, but, build that connections. Start building that connections. Let people know who you are, what you do. When people think of buying or selling a mobile home, they should be thinking about you. And that only happens if you get out there and start networking. Building network before you invest. I would even go to that link. Okay, kind of like the whole method of having a buyer before you have a deal. Okay. Questions, open floor. I see Instagram here. I don't know. I don't think you have any questions. Let's do deals. Make sure you keep up with the chat box as well. There are announcements that we put on there as well, as long as websites, things you may need. You see, Rand Regis twice. First one is this. Okay. Put this on here. If you miss any of the chat, we do record these calls, of course. If you do miss it, we do throw it up on the YouTube. You can follow us on there as well. Subscribe, hit the like, of course. But we do post on that. I know some people don't get to make these. I am doing 15-minute consultations still, and I'm kind of just going down on the chat box here. If any of you are ready to get started into investing, maybe have additional questions. How do you get your first deal? How does the coaching work? Book a 15-minute with me. I'd be happy to break all that down for you. And I think I made a video consultation, by the way. It is on YouTube. Meetup is something that I don't talk about. I forget about Meetup, to be honest. Meetup is something that we pay for. We use it out there to advertise, and I never really talk about it. But we do update it every time there's an event coming. Throw it on there. We have a couple events that get listed on there. Usually we start advertising it closer to. But any questions? Any suggestions? Anybody on here? It is late Sunday, or I'm a great coach. I always say that. I answer all y'all's questions for y'all had them. Nothing on Instagram there. I see this is a new one for me, the Let's Do Deals. I didn't even realize, I didn't know you could go live on a specific Facebook group page. Apparently you can. So I'm glad I figured that out, because Let's Do Deals now goes live on these calls. And of course, a Tuesday, that's really more the one intended for. But okay, let me advertise a couple things here. If you do have a question, just drop it on the comment there, please. Tuesday, every Tuesday at 7 p.m., we have the Let's Do Deals. I know we've slowed down on posting a few deals on there, and the reason behind it is we're structuring a lot of things here at JMHU at this time, but we will have quite a bit of inventory coming up. I know Tuesday morning, we're going to be visiting Dublin, Georgia, where we should be able to have 5 deals coming available, all instead of a mobile home park. Some of you have been asking, when are you going to have more in that area? Tuesday night, I'll be able to show you a few. Thursday, I'm going to make a trip to South Carolina, where we should be collecting around 20 units, 20 mobile homes, mixture between single and double, also in parks. Those will obviously not make it into the Tuesday call. But one thing about it is, if you're not part of our email database just yet, make sure you send us an email. It should be listed on the chat box, or myself, j@garciamhu.com, and we'll add you to it. The spreadsheet that you have, the Let's Do Deal sheet, we do update it every day. And as soon as we update it, within 5 minutes, you have the latest and the greatest on that. So I will upload the South Carolina units on there on Thursday evening or early Friday. Of course, we'll present them the following Tuesday, but you can actually go ahead and get onto those if you're interested on them. Spartanburg is another one in South Carolina that is coming available. We'll have some of those as well. McKenzie, Tennessee. Memphis, Tennessee, Humboldt, Tennessee. So we have quite a bit of inventory. Like I said, we kind of stepped back, but you're about to see a lot of large pickup. A lot of packages. A lot of investors don't want to invest with us unless you have at least 5 units they can get into. We'll have them. We'll have plenty on that if you're looking for a package. And then another one is also parcel land package, mobile home with land. A lot of people are asking about those and how that works. Happy to coach you on that, but we will have deals on that as well. And then mobile home parks. Some of you are veterans on here, and you are ready for a mobile home park. We're going to have those as well coming available. We have 2 under contract right now. And after that, we will have others that we will be listing on the calls and on here available for you all. So definitely a lot of things are happening. A lot of things are happening here. We cover the whole Southeast at this time. Like I was mentioning, a few states from up north, I didn't think I would be in just yet. Apparently, I'm getting into without really trying. We'll have those. But Texas, Arizona is coming, and I'm hoping within the next very soon few years, nationwide. That's my goal. Any questions? Anybody else drop a question on here? Prim is always ready. Prim, you are always ready. We love it. Okay. Announcements. Beside that, the meetup, Every second Saturday of the month, we have a live networking event, like a little small locaria, if you will. We meet at the Taco Mac in Buford. I did my second one this month, and I'm thinking the next month we might start moving around. Some people are suggesting that if you can just start moving around the perimeter or down south or whatever, try to make sure that make it convenient for everybody. It's about a 2-hour meetup. That's all we do. But all we do is network. We do have guest speakers come on. This past whenever that Saturday was, we had the insurance lady that we're dealing with, Jessica. She came by, she stopped by, and she talked there. I think she signed a few people up for insurance while she was there. So that was awesome. When you think about mobile home investing, insurance is something you have to have. It's not an option. You have to have it. And she was there, and she's local, so that makes it that much better. But we have investors, realtors stop by, different people. Definitely join us on that. That's every Jessica was great. Yes, she is. She's awesome. Every second Saturday of the month. We are trying to make the shadow event every third Saturday of the month. It may change here and there, fluctuate. It just depends on how the month is set, whether it's a 4-week, 5-week kind of thing. But every third Saturday, we're going to have the shadow event. The event has come up a long way from when we first started. It is now a group gathering where we meet at a mobile home park. We go inside distressed mobile homes. We go inside mobile homes that are being rehabbed. And then, of course, more so ones that are finished. We have park management there. We have contractors that are speaking as well. We may have Jessica come and join us the next one so she can talk about insurance. We had an electrician talking at this past one as well. I mean, it's all about teaching you step by step what it takes, what you need to invest in mobile homes. We want to simplify this as easy as possible. And of course, one thing differently that I wanted to do from any education field is I am the first that actually offers you a first deal. So instead of just coaching you on how to do something, how to invest in mobile homes, I'm also going to offer you deals. So you can take that first one and start from start to finish. So that's something we do differently. Months from now, maybe sooner than later, this is going to turn into a 2-day event. The shadow event will. What we're going to be doing at the first day is going to be at more like a classroom setting, maybe at a hotel conference, followed by the second day, Saturday and Sunday, where we have a shuttle pick us up, take us to a park. These are all in the works, something that we're really pushing to grow. So definitely join us on these, okay? That's about all the announcements I have. I don't think anybody has any questions. And of course, this Sunday coaching, this is for you. What I'm talking about, I already know about it. So I'm just saying the same thing I already know. You tell me, what is a topic you would like to hear me cover? That always helps me. I usually start prepping for this call around Wednesday, Thursday, and on Sunday morning, I'll go ahead and structure it, make my notes, make sure I cover as much as possible on here. But if you give me a topic, what is a topic that you would like me to discuss? Maybe something you're having trouble with, okay? Maybe you're a veteran investor and you want to invest in a few more, not just one more. We can help you on that, but it definitely helps us out. So, but okay, we're reaching the 8:30 mark here. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a couple of these social medias. IG, thank you for joining us this evening. If you do have any questions or want to just message us, all the emails are listed on the chat box, j@garciamhu.com. You can visit us, garciamhu.com, our website. Our coaching is about to change. We do have one more event coming, but I'm going to leave it on there for y'all to see. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight.